Hey everyone, today we're continuing in our reading of the book of 1 John together, and today we're in chapter 3. And the first verse of chapter 3 sets us up so well for what we're going to be talking about today. It says, "See how very much our Father loves us, for he calls us his children, and that is what we are." So we start with God. God loves us so much, and we are his children. And that's the foundation of the rest of the message of what we're going to be covering today. But John says that there's a difference between children of God and those who aren't children of God, those who live according to what the world says is right. And he says the world won't even recognize that there is a difference between those who are children of God and those who are not. And he goes a little bit further into those differences in verses 9 to 10. He says, "Those who have been born into God's family do not make a practice of sinning because God's life is in them. So they can't keep on sinning because they are children of God. So now we can tell who are children of God and who are children of the devil. Anyone who does not live righteously and does not love other believers does not belong to God." God showed his great love for us by sending his son to die on the cross to pay the price for all of our sin that we will ever do, have ever done in the past. But that doesn't mean that we just keep on sinning because we know it's already paid for. No, our lives should be, as a professor of mine once said, a big thank you note back to God for the love that he's shown us. It should be showing our love for God in the way that we live. And in the last part of verse 10, John tells us how to do that. He says, live righteously and love others. And he goes on in verse 16 to say, we know what real love is because Jesus gave up his life for us. So we also ought to give up our lives for our brothers and sisters. If someone has enough money to live well and sees a brother or sister in need but shows no compassion, how can God's love be in that person? Dear children, let's not merely say that we love each other. Let us show the truth by our actions. Our actions will show that we belong to the truth, so we will be confident when we stand before God. So it's pretty plain here how we're supposed to live as children of God. We're supposed to live righteously. We're supposed to flee from any pattern of sin in our life and try our best not to sin. And today, if you feel like you are trapped in a pattern of sin, of behavior that you know is not of God, turn your back away from it. Use this as an invitation to know that you can turn your back on that. God, if you run to him and plea for his forgiveness, he gives his forgiveness, and he showed, as we said, his love for us by sending Jesus to die for all the sin that we've ever done in the past and everything that we will do in the future. And that leads to a life of freedom. Being trapped in sin is not free. So turn from sin today. That's the first takeaway. The second takeaway is to love others, to show others our love for Jesus by loving those people in our lives. And so today, look around at the people in your life and see how you can show the love of Jesus to them. Make that a goal today, to show your love for Jesus by showing love to other people. There are so many things that you can do, and the truth is a whole lot of people in our lives who could use the love of Jesus, the hope of Jesus, and that's your job to bring it to them today. So grace and peace to you today. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.
If these devotional videos are helpful to you, subscribe to our channel and click the notification button so you know when we post a new video. And of course, please share them with others.